guys, alright, so I am here to talk about my fitness history, or whatever you want to call it, like, yeah, I guess a fitness history. Basically I want to cover, where my fitness journey started, or how I grew up, was I active, did I play sports, stuff like that, just to get an idea of my background and where I am now. It might help. I don't know, I always find it interesting because I always see, like, Nikki Blackadder or Jasmine Garcia, and like Whitney Simmons and all these other, fitness people on social media, and they look amazing, and I'm always interested. I'm like, were they always active? Like, did they play sports in high school? Is that, like, did they have a good, base? And then they started weightlifting. Like, I think it's interesting. So I figured I would do one about me. So my fitness history, if you will. I grew up in the Chicago suburbs pretty much my whole life, aside from, so yeah, I was born in Chicago, less than a year old. When I was less than a year old, I moved to the Philippines to live with my grandparents on our mango farm. I would say I was very active there. I mean, I ran around a lot, I played with the animals, quite literally. I played in the chicken coop a lot and, like, hung out with the pigs. Yeah, that was me. So yeah, I mean, I was always outside and running around and, playing like a kid should. So I would say I was pretty active when I was, young. Then I moved back to Chicago, or the suburbs, when I was 5 or 6 years old, to start kindergarten. And I spent a lot of time playing outside still, back in the 90s when I grew up, we had video games and Game Boys and stuff like that, but we didn't have cell phones and all that. So our main, we played outside, basically. We were outside a lot, biking, rollerblading, playing tag, running around. So that type of activity play continued throughout elementary school, and then middle school. I've actually always been pretty underweight growing up. I mean, when I was younger, like, when I lived in the Philippines, I was a little chubbier. Like, I've always had a round face and stuff like that, and I had really full cheeks. But, end of elementary school into middle school, I think that's when I started growing vertically more. And not that it's much, because I'm 5 foot now as an adult. But yeah, I started growing this way and not so much this way. So I was very, very skinny, pretty underweight. Like, I didn't weigh 100 pounds until, like, junior year or so. Like, I remember senior year hitting around 110-ish. It was like 110 was like right after lunch in the middle of the day. I was usually around like 105, 108-ish my senior year. So when I was 17, 18 years old. Just to put it into perspective. So yeah, anyways, activities. So middle school, 6th grade, I didn't really do anything in regards to physical activity. I mean, I had gym and all that. 7th grade, I joined cross country. And I was only in cross country for a little bit, because then I started losing weight, and I was already, like, I was only 70 pounds or something like that. And my mom kind of made me stop because I was losing too much weight. 8th grade, I played basketball, not very well, but I did make the team, like the single A team, and so I played for the whole season. Practice, I don't remember how many times we practiced, most days probably out of the week, and then a game. And then high school, so that was middle school. So I did I did cross country and basketball, a little bit of cross country, and then a full season of basketball. High school, is it freshman or sophomore? I don't remember the years anymore, but I did do cheerleading for a little bit. Actually made varsity. Whoop, whoop. I was a flyer, obviously, because I was so small. And then I think that was it. I danced a little bit, but not a lot. I was really more focused on activities and groups and clubs. Like I was in choir and Young Life, which is a youth group, and other stuff. So yeah, I didn't really do a lot of sports per se, but I was very active in extracurricular activities. But yeah, so cheerleading was pretty much my only sport, yeah, in high school. And then gym, obviously. Like, I played, like, I would say I'm a pretty athletic person. Like, I'm not too awkward moving and trying to do things like sports and stuff. I've always enjoyed, like, playing volleyball, any sport really, I always enjoyed, so yeah. And then college, I didn't do anything at all, not even gym. That's when I started gaining more weight, obviously, the college 15. So let's say I weighed 110 graduating high school, and now I weigh 121.6, I think is what I weighed in today. So I really have only gained like 10 pounds since high school, and that's really not that bad. And yeah, and I'm 5 foot. 5 foot, that's it. 5 foot 0 inches. So yeah, that's kind of my fitness history. And then now, so like I never worked out at the gym. Like at a gym. I never really did it. I would do it every now and then, like with friends. I did Zumba one time. That was fun. But I've never really worked out at a gym consistently. This is the most consistent, probably physical activity I've ever done. Ever. Aside from maybe basketball. Back when I was like 13 years old. So that's over 10 years ago because I'm going to be 27 in February. If you guys are wondering, that's how old I am. I'm 26 right now. Yeah, so this is the most consistent physical activity I've done in over 10 years, and it's working. So now I work out 4 or 5 days a week, or I stay active 4, 5, maybe 6 days a week even. I go to the gym 4 days a week, and then I'll do like cardio here because I have an elliptical upstairs, or I'll like make sure I get my 10,000 steps in, and then, you know, if I'm feeling like it, I'll do a little more cardio or some yoga or some sort of activities on day 6, and then I do absolutely nothing at least for one day. And I don't get all my steps in one day. That's just one day that I don't get my 10,000 steps. But all the other days, I try my very best to get the 10,000 in. So yeah, so that's my fitness history, blah, 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 my fitness history, from when I was a wee little child to almost a 27-year-old. So, and this is the healthiest I've ever been my entire life in regards to, well, both diet and activity, like fitness and all that. So yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll answer them. Maybe I'll do a Q&A, I don't know. It depends on, you know, how much activity I get down in the comments. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it gave a little insight into, you know, where I was and where I am now, and now from here, you guys will just kind of follow me along through the rest of my fitness journey, because a journey, you know, this is a journey. It's not a, you know, this is how it's going to be forever. It will not, I probably won't always work out 4 or 5 days a week. You know, it'll continually change as it has in my past. So, alright, I'm done talking. I'll see you guys in the next video.